So over the last couple of years, I mean centuries, right, man has gone through different phases of what has now come to be known as the industrial revolutions, right? We had the first, the second, and the third, right? And basically the fourth, which is known as the information age, right? So if you look at across time, right, what was required of the first industrial revolution is not what was required of the second, and similarly the fourth, right, driven by technology, robotics, and IoT, right? The information age, right? So we have gone past the information age and basically are in the knowledge economy, right? Because with every industrial revolution comes a redefinition of what the economy is, which basically means the means of production, right? We basically know land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, but with every industrial revolution comes a new economy, and it simply also means that what comes a new definition to what entrepreneurship is, to what labor is, to what land is, right? To what capital is, right? Because for the most part, people think capital is just money, but money is just the least of all that makes up capital, right? So, but I made a post yesterday, a random video that was unscripted, right? Spontaneous, and I was like, okay, let me just try to do a second one. So this is the second one, right? I was on the subway, in the subway earlier, just thinking about what I had shared yesterday, and I was like, okay, given that every industrial revolution or every new economy or every new order, world order, right, imagine or new, make some skills obsolete and put a demand on new skills or existing skills differently, right? What are those skills that will always be in demand irrespective of the economy as to what is required, right? And I was thinking to myself, I was like, there is one skill among others, right, that will always be relevant, that will always be required, right? This came from what I had shared yesterday as to the information battle that it will increasingly be fierce as the years and the months and years go by, right? So, and one skill that first came to mind, right, among the many others, is the skill, the art and the science of asking questions. I wrote about it in my book that was released in 2022, Stop Chasing Shadows, right? You see, for the most part, people don't know that asking a question is a skill. In fact, a very important skill, right? That is necessary for critical thinking, that is necessary for brainstorming, that is necessary for idea generation. And I mean, it is at the foundation of creating, either from 0 to 1 or from 1 to infinity. You can't create anything, especially sustainably, without knowing how to ask questions. So before we discuss asking questions, right, you see, you have to realize that life as you are experiencing it, right, is you live in a multiverse of four realities, right? So there is life, or there is the world as you have experienced or is experiencing. This world as you are experiencing is largely shaped by marketing, popular culture, and the media. That is the world as you are experiencing it, right? And there is the world as it is. This one is the real reality. And what is reality? Reality is simply what is, whether you perceive it or not. It simply is. This one, you can't particularly do anything about it. However, you can regulate your experience of it, right? That's a different thing. That is talking about creating the future. You can get my book and learn about that, right? So then there is the world as we want it to be. This is the realm of dreams and aspiration, right? So irrespective of what your experience has been of life, there is how you want the next couple of months or years to be for you, right? That is the world as we want it to be, right? Then finally, and very importantly, right, is the world as it will be. This one is shaped or is being put in motion by the world as it is, usually not perceived, or for the most part perceived by very few, the elites, right? But the crowd are usually in the loss of the world as it is and the world as it will be. people, the crowd for the most part, live between two worlds: the world as they are experiencing it, shaped by marketing, popular culture, and media, and the world as they want it to be, right? So you have to be aware as to which of these four worlds you are dealing with per time and per season. And for you to do that, you have to know how to ask questions. So in this era of cheap knowledge, where knowledge has been democratized because of LLMs, right? ChatGPT, Gemini, name it, right? How do you ask questions? As I wrote in 2022, right? When it comes to asking questions, right, you should approach everything with curiosity.